someone told me, 8 years ago, that told me how my life was going to be today, I wouldn't have believed them. And to now go from being an addict and now being an addiction worker and helping other people in addiction be set free is just, such an amazing experience.
Found was blind, but now I see.
I really want to just, I want people to have what I have and what I've been given, and that's probably, a big thing that God's done in my life is, for so long it was about me, and now it's about others and it's about God. Life was really good growing up. I have very fond memories of my childhood. I had a twin brother who I was really close with. He was like, best friend to grow up with, and I had lots of other friends. We had the same, it was like one basketball team that we're all just brothers, and we hung out heaps. And life was good. Had a good family, and my parents raised us well, and I grew up in a church, and life was really good. And all of a sudden my parents told me that they were getting divorced, and that just sort of, really shocked me and shocked my brothers and sisters. And they told us that we were going to be moving back to Australia with my mother, and my dad was going to stay in America. So that was a real shock to us. Dealing with coming to Australia was really hard, and dealing with the breakup of my family, of my parents, was really hard, and it was hard on my brothers and sisters. And I am a real sensitive type of person, and it just crushed me on the inside, and I just couldn't understand why. And I really struggled with just being here and not having my dad, and being in a new school, being in a new surrounding, being in a whole new environment. And I just really found it very challenging, and I started to, look for love and look for acceptance in the wrong places. And because I had all that stuff taken away from me, I felt like that's what I wanted. And so I started hanging out with the wrong people, kids at school. I just wanted to feel accepted, so I started, doing the wrong things, like smoking cigarettes and going to the shops after school and stealing. And that, feeling that acceptance from those guys meant a lot to me, and it was the first time that I'd felt it in quite a while. I started partying quite a lot, and I remember from my first drink, I just felt great, and that's what I wanted to feel, and I didn't feel any pain, and so I chased that with everything that I had in me. I wanted to drink and to smoke cigarettes, and that progressed downhill really, really quickly, and into other drugs, like taking acid and smoking lots of pot, and school and sport and family took a back seat, and that was my main priority. Well, doing a lot of drugs took me to a lot of bad places, and it was very quick after I started to take some of the harder drugs that I, became willing to do anything to get more, and I started doing crime and ripping people off, and I didn't care who I hurt or what I had to do to get more, and so that lifestyle was what I lived for a long time, and it went downhill really, really quickly. It was a life of misery, a life of pain, and the more I sort of did, the worse I felt, so the more drugs I had to have, and it just progressed downhill and downhill until I'd pushed everyone away from me, till I was empty inside, till I didn't care about life anymore. Life got really, really bad. I was living in a really dark world, and I'd been doing that for a long time, and it got to a point where I didn't really want to live anymore, and I didn't care, and all my family had given up on me, and I'd hurt them so many times, and I come to a place where I knew I needed some kind of help, and I tried going to rehab for the first time, and I wasn't quite ready. I wasn't quite ready to accept that I had a problem, and I wasn't quite ready to let go of some of the things I was doing. So I continued to do that stuff, and it was through going back out there and you know, going lower and lower, and that I got to a place finally where I believe for me it was, if I had one more drug, that I would have died.
No matter my past, you still take me as I am. Will you take me as I am? I know the way I'm living is wrong, but I can't change on my own, trying to make it alone. I wonder, how could you...
So I was in rehab, and it was a Christian rehab, and you know, I was just trying to get, I was just really willing and desperate to change. I didn't want to go back to the hell that I'd just come from. And you know, I was pretty willing to do everything and anything that I was told, because I tried to change my life and I couldn't. I tried many different ways to change my life and I couldn't. And in the rehab I was, you know, softly just introduced to, you know, Christianity again, to God. And it was in Easter 2000 that I was at a service, and they asked if anyone wanted to give their life to God. And I just felt like a beating in my heart that was just, you know, like uncontrollable, and I knew without a doubt that that was me. They were calling for me to come down and to give my life to God. And it was just like this thing, I just got up and I just went down there, and I felt like I didn't even have any control, you know, with it, and it just felt like God calling me. And so yeah, I gave my life to God, and I immediately sort of felt His presence in my life. Well, the first word that comes to my mind is just, I felt a release of everything from the past that I was holding inside. I was holding years and years of, you know, anger and hurt and inside of me, and I just felt a great release, and I just felt free, and it was almost instantaneously, and that was a great feeling. So yeah, I had God working in my life, and you know, I started to you know, I felt a real shift on the inside of me, and I started to feel something happening, like just a change inside of me. And for the first time, you know, I started to feel love and kindness, and I started to feel good. Like my mind started to, you know, come clear, and my body, you know, God had restored my body to complete health in my mind. And out of just God starting to work inside of me and to change some of the things that were not so good in me, I was able to then, you know, re-establish relationships with other people and able to have a relationship with other people. And so, you know, my family started to want to know me, yeah. And people wanted to know me, and yeah, so that was a great change. So in all those changes, you know, God started to really, you know, make me into a new person, and I was completely changed. You know, I had a lot of love inside of me, and you know, I met a really special girl that, you know, now I'm married, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful girl, and I'm just really, really blessed to have, you know, a girl like that in my life. So, you know, today I've got a loving relationship with my wife, and she's, you know, she's my all, and I love her with all my heart, and you know, she strengthens me, and we lean on each other, and it's just such a blessing to have her in my life. I was completely lost, and I had no hope, and I was gone, and I didn't see that life could be different. And you know, I just want to say to you that, you know, no matter who you are, or where you've been, or what's happened to you, or what you've done, there's nothing that can separate you from God. And God will just, God is always there, and He's just waiting for you to give your life to Him, and He'll accept you, you know, anyway. You know, it doesn't matter. And you know, I say that from the bottom of my heart. So I'm really speaking to that person that, you know, is feeling like that, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling hurt, feeling like there's no hope. And I just want to tell you that there is hope, because I personally have experienced, you know, the hope. And just open your heart and just give your life to God, and surrender to Him, and just invite Him into your life. It's not hard, it's just a simple prayer, and that's all I did. And you know, God will just come in, and He'll blow your life away, and He'll change you. And yeah, that's my message for everyone out there.